Hello everyone, I'm Nolan McIntosh with McIntosh & Associates with the quarterly update. Well, the first quarter of 2020 is done, but the coronavirus is still with us and continues to wreak havoc with our economy and the markets. And there doesn't seem to be an end in sight in the near term. As we ended the year, we headed into 2020, the House had yet to send over the articles of impeachment to the Senate, and the Democratic presidential primary process was getting geared up. The markets seemed to be climbing from one high to the next. Markets were certain that the president would be acquitted, and the economy was humming along. With the passage of the USMCA and a Phase 1 trade agreement with China, 2020 was stacking up very favorably. When the impeachment articles finally reached the Senate, as predicted, the president was acquitted, and the markets set new highs. The market was factoring a Trump re-election on the back of a strong economy and a general desire of the country to stay the course given the current state of prosperity. Then we began to hear rumblings of a virus that was disrupting commerce in China, and Apple sounded the bell that a supply chain which largely domiciled in China might be disrupted. Markets shrugged it off again, and we continued to climb higher. It was when China announced that it was locking down the city of Wuhan that the markets began to pay attention. The U.S. banned travel from Wuhan area and later all of China. Reports trickled in that the virus is also in Italy, Iran, and making its way to the U.S. There were high-profile stories of passengers infected on cruise ships, and panic began to set in. If that wasn't enough, OPEC, Saudi Arabia that is, decided that they wanted to lower the price of oil to capture additional market share. The Russians refused to go along, but the Saudis drove oil down in early March, which only added to the mayhem. You may think lower priced oil is a good thing because that means lower energy and gas costs, but the Saudis want to drive our drillers and frackers out of business, so we are less energy independent. They're jeopardizing our economy. The virus oil war was a 1-2 punch that was more for the markets that could handle, and the precipitous fall began in mid-February through March as markets dropped close to 30% before recovering some of the losses we ended the month. As markets fell, the virus spread almost as quickly globally. The U.S. extended travel bans not only to China but also to Europe, and we closed our borders with Mexico and Canada, shut our K-12 schools and universities, and asked our citizens to shelter in place. These moves basically shut down our economy. The President, Congress, and Fed all moved in to support our country, issuing an unprecedented amount of relief stimulus. The markets jumped out of bear territory in record time, but we are still well below prior levels, and we're not any closer to getting our arms around this virus, and we continue to be shut in as we wait to get the upper hand. That's the bad news. I'm sure there's more to come, but outside of the economy, that is dead in water, a market that's in the tank, recession staring us in the face, the entire U.S. population being asked to shelter in place, and infections and deaths continuing to climb for the virus. What else could be thrown at us? Let's focus on the good news. The economy was in great shape before all this. If the shutdown does not last for months, and months doing irreparable damage, we should be able to recover in quick order. The government has injected a ton of money to help keep individuals and businesses afloat so they can weather the storm, and more to come. The Fed has basically pledged to backstop virtually every type of loan and flooded the markets with liquidity. The president had hoped that we could get started getting back to normal by Easter, but that was ambitious. On the 30th of March, President Trump put June 1st as a more realistic date for our rebound to start. So that's it, a great start and an awful finish to a historic quarter. This is one of those events people remember for the rest of their lives. We will come back from this, and the economy and markets will recover. They always do. We will be wiser and stronger as a result of this. The next quarter will be difficult, but I think there will be more good news than bad as we go forward. And we will set ourselves on a path towards strong growth as we head into the second half of the year. Well, what can you do? Number one, stay informed, keep up with the news, and put things in perspective. These types of market events have happened and will happen in the future, but we always recover. Number two, have a plan or review your plan to make sure you are on track to meet your goals. Number three, don't get emotional. No one makes good decisions when they are in an emotional state. And number four, get support. Have a partner to help you and support you on your financial journey, and don't do this alone. If you have any questions or would like to review your current situation, don't hesitate to call us at 989-692-2200, and we'd be happy to talk and help you. Well, that's it for now. Thank you. Be safe, stay healthy, and be kind to your neighbor. Definitely we'll get through this. I'm optimistic things will get better and look forward to serving you in the future. Have a great one.